to be a way. I just think that people can focus on them and not the anxiety. Exactly. Yeah, when we start, that's a perfect thing to say. I'm glad you said that, Melissa, because when we start focusing on this is going to go wrong, or I don't deserve this, or on and on and on, all these things we kind of create or fuel that anxiety. So when we can look at things like you're in a new school, you can look at it in a positive way where this is a new beginning, it's a fresh start. Or I'm thankful I get an education women in other countries don't. um you know uh if nobody's talking to you, sometimes we can, okay, they're not going to distract me. You know what I mean? Where it's how we need to kind of view things. So Phantom says, oh no, just business. Oh, I want your job. What do you do? You don't have to share. You can private message me. Phantom, look at that. Quack, quack, quack. So cute. Look how cute that was. Thank you for that. That brightened my day. Mimi says, I need to see. Yeah, go get your classes. I'll be here. And Young Money. Here's old money. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you? A naughty chicken. Uh-oh. Naughty chicken. Melissa says, I've been there. Super anxiety, but preserved. What do you mean by preserved? Your anxiety is preserved, or your life has been preserved and you've overcome it? EJ is asking how my night is. My night is going good. I got 5 more minutes of it before it's morning. And you guys are going to spend the night with me. We're going to go into the morning in 5 minutes. How about you? How's your day going? Mimi says, LOL, that's good. I'm in the dark anyways. Yeah, let's just make it worse. But as long as you can see, try not to strain your eyes too much. So, Bubba, thank you for the follow. We are trying to get to 10,000. We got people joining in on YouTube. Look at all that, 100%. And we're just opening up the live chat. I don't know if the borderline or which one, the narcissist one went through. I might have to double check my YouTube to see if I uploaded that, but preserved. Okay. And Mimi says, I think there's already strain. Yeah. And it's also late. It's starting to get late. You're not quite in the same time zone as me, but our eyes, we got to give them a rest at night. And Phantom shared the live. Yes. Encourage more viewers to share the live. I appreciate that. And so borderline personality disorder, we talked about in one of my videos, where that is the hardest one of, depending on who you talk to, but it's the hardest to diagnose because there's so many comorbidities. And also, with like bipolar and CPTSD, and also there are men that are borderline, and sometimes it's missed. Maybe they're seen as a narcissist just because they're male, but it's not the correct diagnosis. And you got to have trained professionals. Melissa says that's a very hard one. Yeah. So sometimes we repress our anxiety, and we have to learn to deal with it so it doesn't bubble over. And Debbie, how's your day going? Thank you for joining and giving me that little hello. Hit that like button for me. I appreciate that. I see it just went up. Maybe you already did. Hi, Kevin. And Melissa says they can have more than one disorder. And sometimes they'll just focus on the CPTSD. Now, it's really interesting that they say that borderline personality disorder might just be a manifestation of complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And I was watching, or I read an article on the what magnet? I wrote it down, didn't I? The what magnet? Human magnet. I told you. ID breed or id breed? Id breed. You'd breed with me? Phantom says you are a beautiful soul. That is one of a kind in helping others, and that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, I am here for you guys. And Melissa says they can have more than one disorder, which BPD is not PTSD. So there is post-traumatic stress disorder, which is from one traumatic experience. CPTSD, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, is over a period of time. And I'm just sharing that there is some controversy over CPTSD and borderline. So does that cause borderline personality disorder? So it is different, but there's so many similarities, and also the spectrums and all these kind of things. But yeah, borderline personality disorder has a lot of the same traits. Phantom says you deserve many blessings in your channel, and you brought them to me. So I appreciate that. I just want to grow, and look at that. So what are we gonna name? Corgi. We got to give him a name. Should we call him Phantom? Phantom of the Night. We'll call him Nighty. Phantom of the Night. That's a cute little guy. That's the first corgi I've gotten. So thank you for that. Ron says the chat was glitching. No message box. So hopefully it's working now, Debbie. Can you comment one more time so we see if it's glitching still? Sometimes you might have to re-log in. Let me turn my TV off. That might be eating up some of my bandwidth. So hold on, guys. You'll hear me talking. I'm just running over to turn off the television. Seeing that the internet is being eaten up. I usually turn it off. I have the sound off. So I didn't hear it, so I forgot it was on. I have my television on 24/7. Sorry, I try not to walk away. Let me know if that helps. If you are not using the quilt hanging. I don't know. My mom just sent something. Mimi says, I'm going to go. I'm in too much pain. Too much pain with your eyes. So I understand that. Get some rest, honey. And I will see you tomorrow. Rolling is here. Mwah. Thanks for joining. And hello. Is it Jose? Fat Andy says, hey, food question for you. Do you prefer sourdough or dildo? Oh, gosh. You got me. I'm usually good at that. How do you make pickle bread? Dildo. You got me that time. I'm usually good. I usually catch it. So I don't think I'm going to answer. Man, I'm usually good. I even had that pickle bread joke, so I should have caught on to that. Fat Andy. Ron says it came in after I closed it and opened it 3 times. Oh my gosh. So I did just turn off the television. So hopefully that strengthens my upload speed. So I apologize for that. But glad you're here. Glad you can chat now. Mimi says that too. It's just not my eyes. It's emotionally draining and exhausting. I know. And that's when you need extra sleep. And then do some more exercise if you can. Go for a walk. It doesn't have to be like hardcore exercise. Exercise really makes a difference. It really does. I promise you that. Do you have a dog, Mimi? I took Dixie for a walk today. Took my dog for a walk, and I actually jogged. So, no. Tell your dad you need a dog. But try to get some time outside when it's still nice out. Walk around the block one time tomorrow. Let me know how that goes. It says my messages never came through. Who's telling me that? Oh, Robert, I love you. Oh, please call you. So right now I do one-on-ones. I can do one-on-ones if you guys want some coaching sessions, but you need to see me. I haven't even met you in person. What is it that you need to see me? I'm beautiful. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for the compliment. Slick just joined. And Debbie, are you still here? Uh-oh. But the borderline personality, they have extreme mood swings, and they also can have comorbidities with self-harm. Instead of dealing with the situation, they kind of take it out. It's almost like they're punishing themselves. Phantom, number 1. Well, it's 5 a.m. So good morning to you. It is officially 12:03 here. Good morning. And I have to go, but thank you for the good morning and all the gifts, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow or later today. Traveler, thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. You guys are so generous. And hello from San Antonio, Texas. Hello from Michigan, Shotgun. And I saw, Debbie says, of course, I'm still here. I never left. Good. I love hearing that. So how did things go at the school today with your grandson? I know that, bullying starts early on in life, and it's sad that they have like pecking orders, and beautiful people are being picked on, and it can affect them. So Ron says, how come we can't double tap the screen to drop a like? You can on TikTok. I don't know. Are you on a phone or a computer? I'm broadcasting over a computer for YouTube, so maybe that's why. But is there a little thing on the lower right-hand side? And then there should be a like button, which is a little different. I don't know. Is there a way to set that up? Does anybody know to set up where I've seen that where you can double tap and it turns into a like? I'll have to research that. Oh, whoa. Debbie says the kid punched him, so he did it back. Did that happen today? Oh, I was hoping things would get better. And how did the school handle it? How did the school handle it? He's what, in third grade? Ron says, yeah, maybe that's why. It might be in the settings. I'll have to do a test run where, can you do that on my shorts? My shorts, I use a phone. So let me know if you can do that on my shorts. So Shotgun, thanks for being here. And we'll see you soon. Yes, you take care too. Thank you so much. And Mimi says, I died a long time ago. This is your rebirth. This is your rebirth. And I know you said that you talked about, believed in God. Like I said, he's trying to bring you closer. So this is your rebirth. If you feel that, then, you know, you're still viable. You're still thriving. There's a reason that you're here. And, you know, you bring joy to me. I love having you in my chats. And you've seen other people communicating with you. You've touched other people's hearts. And that's got to bring you some joy that you make a difference in people's lives. So, okay, Mimi, get some sleep. Corey says, good girl. Shotgun says, bye-bye. Love, good night. Sweet dreams to you too, Shotgun. So what's the reason? We don't always know yet. We don't always know yet. And just know that there is a reason for you. There's a reason you were brought to this channel. And, you know, the fact that you can be in tune with your emotions, you know, something's unsettled. And that's like a push to bring you in a different direction. Like right now, I'm unsettled about trying to decide, do I do this master's program? I'm unsettled. I can't just walk away from it. And is that my motivation? It's at least my motivation to think about things. So you're kind of at that fork in the road. And it's scary. What choice do we take? We're going to go down different paths. But either way, it's past. So focus on yourself. Focus on God. He's trying to bring you closer. I promise you, he's trying to bring you closer to him. So have faith in him. Have faith that he wants the best life for you. And once you have faith, he's going to bring you down that path. If you try to take over and don't trust him, then you're going to go down the worldly avenue or the depressed avenue, as opposed to finding comfort in just blindly trusting sometimes. Donna says, I'm from Plattsburgh, New York. Good to have you here. Same time zone as me. Mimi says, well, I need to know before I do it. And I gave the story about when my father was passing away. He had this like epiphany dream. He felt it was from God. He was always trying to find answers, always trying to find answers, and it left him unsettled. And he had those dreams about the Post-it notes. Some had questions and you could read the back. You could clearly see what the answer was. Others, it was kind of foggy, like you get the gist of the answers. And he said there were other ones where it didn't, you couldn't make out the answer. And he interpreted it as, it's okay not to know. He spent his whole life trying to research everything, all the conspiracy theories and which religion is best, and trying to understand everything. We won't always know. And I ended up in my life, I would have never thought I'd be here. I never thought I would be here. Just like that trip to China. I never in a million years would have ever thought I would have gone to China. I won a free trip there. So it was one of the biggest blessings in my life. But if I had thought about it constantly, I would have never known that would have happened. And sometimes when we're searching too much, we miss out on the gifts that are coming to us because we're too focused on certain things. So Mimi, you're tired, and I just want you to get some sleep so you can have a better day tomorrow. Don't give up on yourself. be your best friend. And, I'm here for you too. So I will see you tomorrow. Get some sleep. This is your internet mama saying time for bed, sweetheart. Go brush your teeth. Snuggle up in a night. Try to ask your dad for that weighted blanket. You'll sleep better. Maybe for Christmas or something like that, but a weighted blanket, they're not that expensive. So yeah, it might be in the settings. Debbie says yes today. He said that around the teacher, that kid acts like an angel. Debbie said, he said, I just got blamed because I'm the big kid. He said that this kid's really small. And yeah, sometimes size are like, well, why did you hit back? He's, and the same with women who are physically abusive to men don't deserve the physical abuse just because we're smaller or weaker or whatever. Nobody deserves to get hit. So yeah, I don't know. That's why it's important to let the teachers know, look, he's being picked on. And yeah, I just don't want him getting in trouble because that makes it even worse where he's going to feel like I can't stand up for myself. Physical violence usually isn't the answer, but, let that other kid get in trouble because since he hit back, he can get in trouble too. And it kind of takes away from his point of I'm being bullied, even though I get it, they had that eye for an eye or turn the cheek, which is better. I feel, unless it's like life or death, unless he's getting the crap beat out of him, if he gets like, touched, then he can say, look, I got a bruise. He did this to me, as opposed to them saying, well, you beat him up too. That's just my take on it. So how do you guys feel about that? Oh, is it your birthday? Is it your birthday, Nick? And I don't know. Are you setting me up, Nick? You're from Uganda. What language do you speak? I know how to say jumbo. I don't know if you speak Swahili. So yeah, just remember, Mimi, we don't always know. But Last King, you were here from before, weren't you? Every name is the same, and that's why we gotta switch it up. We gotta change it. That's up to you. So is it your birthday? So City Boy says you need a different hobby. Yep. Change it up. Do something that you love. I will agree. Oh, okay. So thank you for the follow. I'm sorry. You seem nice. Yes, you can call me grandma if you want to. Felix says, hello, I can't talk about that. I got in trouble. So I got shut down for a week because of political stuff. I didn't even, so hi, Auntie. That's much nicer. But I am a grandma. Haha, I'm sorry. That's okay. So that's okay. Don't worry. I get it. I just had to tell you kind of. And so is it your birthday? Tell me it's your birthday. And I got something special for you. I just got to get it. If it's your birthday, got to confirm. All right, here we go. It's a birthday that we got going on. Is it really your birthday? How old are you today? How old are you? I like to celebrate with you guys. Gotta tell me how. And Jerry, hi, Cynthia. Did you create another page? Were you on A Soul Survivor? I got a lot of followers on my personal page. So if you were watching on A Soul Survivor, I don't go live on that because I don't have that many people on that page yet. So yeah, it's kind of confusing on what to do. So maybe I don't know how to do it because maybe switch my personal page. I don't know. I've got to figure out because that name's already taken. I don't know if I can switch it over. I'll have to do that. See if I can do that. So thank you for the follow, Macaroni Tony. I love it. And you got to tell me, is it your birthday? I'm about to sing to you. Your birthday was last month. Okay, that's all right. I'll still do it. My birthday was a couple months ago, too. My birthday was 3 years ago. All right, you ready, Nick? All right, hold on. We got to do this. If it's ever your birthday, someone created a page with your name, but without your picture. Oh, thank you for telling me that. Oh, actually, you know what's crazy? I get these messages from Cynthia Schiller, like, hey, love, how are you today? And I can't even respond to it. Thank you for telling me. I do have a Cindy Schiller, Syndi. But let's sing happy birthday to Nick. I do have a Cindy and a Cynthia. All right, here we go. All right, so here we got your little candle going. And you got to think of a wish. Here we go. Everybody, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nick. Happy birthday to you. All right, so here we go. You're going to make your wish. 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday. All right, so yuck. What's yucky? Me? You don't like me? And so Annie? Is that what it is? Hello, how are you doing, beautiful? I am doing good. Look at all that love you're giving me. I appreciate that. Thank you for the love. You are welcome. Happy birthday. You're going to sing. Is that what the, that's the yuck? No words, forget. Oh, Patrick. Oh, thank you, Auntie. You are welcome. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Joshua, let me see what, Josiah? Let me see. Josiah, I love that name. And good to have you here. You are new, first time viewer. HBB. Oh, so Jerry from Facebook is saying happy birthday to you, Nick. And Debbie says yesterday he's told the teacher and the teacher blamed him. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. And I don't know. Yeah. Oh, that's what's so frustrating. Is, when people are in the right and they get in trouble. One of like my first traumatic experience other than catching on fire was in first grade. I was like the good girl and always tried to do things right. And I told the kid sitting next to me, don't talk to me. And because I said, don't talk to me, I had to sit the whole day by the teacher's desk. I got in trouble and it made me so mad. It was embarrassing and I was trying to do the right thing. And if he would have followed the rules, I wouldn't have even had to say anything. Yeah. And that's why, like, how I responded, I reacted as opposed to just ignoring him. And he would have been the one that got in trouble because he probably would have kept trying to talk to me. And then the focus would have been on him instead of me. So that's why, in situations like that, sometimes, fighting back, unless it's like really protecting yourself, I would suggest you try to refrain from that because other kids are going to watch it too. They're not necessarily going to know who is the one who instigated it. So they're going to think he's a fighter and it could cost them friendships too. So that's just the way I feel on it. Tomorrow is the meeting. So we will see how that goes. Yeah. Just say, look, explain the situation and just say, you can't be punishing him if he's, or at least have a restoration where they discuss it and just make sure that there are hands off. Whoever touches is going to get in trouble. Curtis is here. Nice to have you. And Josiah is so good. Everyone on live keeps saying we do. That's a cool name. I do like that name. And what is it that's so good? Josiah. It just has like a melodic, is that a word? A melody to it. And it's different. There's a lot of Joshua. So when I start reading it and then it's like, oh, Josiah. I don't know. I like it. Do you like your name? And John is here. So yeah, let me know how that meeting goes. Sometimes we need people to intervene and hopefully are the right type of people. The teacher needs to be a little more on top of it. Is she keeping the kids close together? Sometimes they need to be separated. Some kids just don't get along. And Josiah, you joined again. There you go. I don't know how that goes. Do you guys come in and out? Is that what's happening? So yeah, definitely let me know. But we're opening up the topic to whatever you guys would like to talk about. I did just do those videos on which mental illnesses are the hardest, why narcissism sometimes is easy to diagnose, other times really difficult. Buster is here and Nikki, but like I said, I'm still contemplating. Debbie, what do you think about me going back for my master's? it's like $50,000. And then you got to do like 2.5 years of work, then a 3,000, I think it's 3,000 hours, almost like a year of free work. Heavenly says, I was about to go to bed, but stop by to say hi. Thank you. I see the love has got to be you. How was your day, Heavenly? Thank you for liking the live and showing the support. Helps with the algorithm. The more you guys comment, it's up to me. Oh, don't make me be a grown up. Don't make me decide. I know I'm so tempted to do it. If it was free, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'm researching mental illness all. Yeah. And I keep researching. There's this one lady who she's doing pretty good financially. She's LPC, I think, which is probably what you can either go for LPC, LMFT. She's one of the two. And she said from her therapy session, she made like $12,000 that month, but her coaching, she made $18,000. So she made more coaching. So do I even need to do the therapy or just build up on my coaching? So all the hours I'd be spending studying, I could be building the coaching. So I do one-on-ones. Schedule a coaching session with me, Cynthia at asoulsurvivor.com, if you would like to do that. So your day was great. What made it so great? I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you for sharing the live. Yes, definitely encourage more people to join in. Tomorrow, hopefully things work out. I was supposed to do that podcast with Kendra Turley from TikTok, and we've postponed that till tomorrow. She had to get some tires. Her tire was acting up. Oh, X-Cipher. X-Cipher? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but good to have you guys here. So up to me. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice to have the credentials. And that's what's so frustrating to me is you could know like everything you need to know. I don't know everything I need to, but you could know everything you need to know. And without that license or certificate, just like, teaching, we need that certificate. I'm a licensed nail tech, to charge professionally, you gotta have that license. So, there are people that, will try to wing it and not necessarily do the best, but, oops, hold on. Rizzard, I had to read that. I had to move it to make sure. You love my glasses? Think you got a little bit of bling. I have these in red too. I tried to stock up on more just in case I break these, and I haven't been able to find them again. But thank you. Captain America. Captain America, thank you for that follow. I actually have a picture of you and me. Where was I? Universal Studios or something like that. So I have a picture of me hugging Captain America. And Cowboy says, very beautiful. I appreciate that, Jeremy. Nice to have you. And User is here. Is it Ali? And Dark Light, Aliab. I couldn't read it quick enough. So, we got Mr. Show, Mr. Miss. We got the show. The show is here. So, yeah, it's a decision I have to make. It's nice at first. Credit, they're doing free. So, but it's like $690 value. I'm like, oh, that's one credit is $690. And I have 90 of them to do. Most masters are 30 credits. This is, was it 90 quarter credit? I can't remember how it goes, but it's like way more than your average, yeah. So I don't know. It is kind of like a calling, but retirement's calling me too. So we'll have to see how that goes. But I love hearing what you guys did today. Also interact with each other. And we just had Nick's birthday. So if you guys have birthdays, I'd love to celebrate them with you. One thing I find really interesting is, so we were talking about the human magnet, and narcissist and borderline, a lot of times they're seen as the human magnet. People are drawn to them. And I find it very interesting. You guys are very generous with the donations that you guys have given me, but I was, scrolling, and we had that Lisa Richards, who they're saying that she's a drug addict and having a lot of problems and just begging for money. And she's always like, I need 30, 40 bucks. And people are giving her all this money, trying to drop off clothes and hygiene products and, food, all these kind of things. And you could tell, like, she seems strung out. And there's a lot of red flags, and people are giving her money. They're actually enabling her, or they feel sorry because of the sob stories. And then there was another lady, which I found was really interesting today, is I think she's a scammer. I can't remember her name, but the reason I think she's a scammer is she called herself a domestic survivor, is what I think. So she didn't say abuse. She didn't say abuse, but I'm taking it as not just domestic, like a household survivor, that she was a domestic violence survivor. And so there's the most cluttered, and it's dirty. There's like crumbs and straws and a cup, and it's just really messy. It's just really messy. And she's all singing, all happy. So there are times you can be happy, but usually, it to me was a red flag to be like super, super happy, just singing away and having people donate, and people, because when people comment like, oh, that's so gross, or get your act together. And so it gets the attention, and the attention gets them further in life, gets them further in TikTok, gets them further in all these kind of things. And people are donating, to where, I don't know. It's just interesting. Roadkill. How's it going? Yeah, that's why I don't give them my money, because some of them are out to scam you. Yeah. And that Lisa Richards, she seems like she's super, super scamming. And there's other ones too that I see more people jumping on the bandwagon with this. Like, no, don't you dare. Don't you give me a meat gift or whatever, just a little cartoon meat. And they're like, I'm vegan, don't do it. Oh, I can't believe you would do that. Stop doing it. And people are like, I'm getting their goat. And so they keep giving these donations. And it's so obvious, like, even like I went through a period of time where I was a vegetarian. I just felt bad that animals were killed so we could eat them. And that was like in high school. And I just felt really bad, but I never freaked out on a picture of like a cartoon piece of meat. So, I don't know. And just the egging it on, or that other guy who was like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't give me gifts because you're insulting the people who can't afford to give me gifts. And it was like really dumb, but they were bringing in the money. So send me 2 air hugs. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, why are you feeling sad? Feeling alone and sad? No. Oh, did you leave before I said it? Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking. I get to you. Are you still here? Aw. Yako, are you still here? You better still be here. Randy, oh, I feel bad. I didn't get there quick enough. Bridget is here. Good to have you. Roseman. Roseman. Oh, I love it. Oh, I hope you're still here. Yeah, sometimes, guys, if you're talking with a creator, sometimes it takes a little bit of time. I hope you're still here. I just gave you 2 air hugs. I don't know if you saw it. I feel bad. I know sometimes people are going through a hard time, but yeah, sometimes patience is a virtue. That's something I struggle with too. Oh, please tell me you're still here. I feel bad. So yeah, and that's another thing that I want to bring is, all the different scammers and the catfishing and the masking and manipulation. And, we have to protect ourselves. And sometimes they tug at our heartstrings. So I feel bad. I try to get those air hugs. So that's the empathic person in me. Carol is here. So yeah, sometimes we have to be patient and we get what we want. So that's a learning lesson is, Sometimes our patience, and it reminds me of a story that my mom told me, that there was this one lady and it was Christmas time, and she was, hi Daniel, she was all excited thinking this has to be it. This is when he's going to propose to me. So they had their little Christmas, and she gets roses from him. She's like, are you kidding me? Roses. We've been together however long, and I thought you were going to propose to me. And she took the roses and she threw them in the fire. Her ring was in that bouquet of flowers. So had she just been a little more patient, and of course, they break up over that because of a big fight and a lot of money down the drain, because diamonds can burn. They're made out of carbon. So sometimes, but that's one thing too, is sometimes because of that story, I'm a little too patient, and sometimes there's a balance. There's a balance. So Daniel, how's it going? Nice to have you here. Thank you for the likes and comments. Help with the algorithm, get more people in here. Hello, hello. Nice to have you here. And it's 12:30, so I can't stay on too much longer, but Electric is here. I feel bad. I tried to give him an air hug. Oh, that was so easy for me to do too. But what are some of the most obvious? Hi, Turo and Mabin. Some of the most obvious scams, because there are people that fall for them. I told you, after my father passed away, my mom was hit up by a lot of people, because they knew she was in a vulnerable state. Luckily, she was smart enough not to fall for it, but also elderly people. I am doing good, Daniel. Thank you for that. It was a good day. I actually took a nap. There's nothing wrong with taking a nap. I'm glad I did, because otherwise I would have just been miserable. I stayed up late last night, so took a nice little nap, took a shower, had some friends stop by. They were fishing on my lake while I was sleeping, and it was just kind of nice to wake up, took the dog for a walk, and yeah, that was my day. That was my day. It was a easy day. Well, I wouldn't say necessarily easy day at work, but not super stressful. So, but good to have everybody here. I'm still, he left me before, tried giving that air hug. Let's see. Can I message him? Oh, did he give me a gift? I can't tell. Oh my gosh. If he gave me a gift, I definitely have to follow up with that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think so, but send me 2 air hugs. Oh, I feel bad. So nothing wrong with that. I'm not mad at you. Good, because I'll probably do it again. No, tomorrow I can't. Tomorrow I have that podcast. Ron says there are a ton of YouTube scams. Yeah, and people, when they start seeing, you got a lot of copycats too. But a lot of copycats too will start doing that. They'll see something like, oh, it's working. And that's why, the one thing, those mukbangs, those are kind of bothering me, that people are gorging themselves, and it's just so unhealthy. And, they're encouraging people. They're making money off of people stuffing their face, and like, it's just unhealthy. And Ron says, what do you do you're being misdiagnosed? Doctors are just putting in what they want. What do you do if you're being misdiagnosed? Find a different doctor. And unique, good to have you here. That's the hard part. Sometimes you have to be proactive on yourself. And I'll talk about that in 1 second. Daniel says, like, you had a long day. Can't stay too long. But thank you for joining. Glad you enjoyed your day. Repeat tomorrow. Yes, repeat tomorrow. Thank you for joining, Daniel, and I hope to see you again soon. Could you please Randy, here's your warning. Keep me posted, Unique, if he continues. Randy, be nice. I'm going to have to remove you. I will. Okay. Man, Randy, what? Randy, be nice. So as far as being misdiagnosed, why you received evil abuse and your doctor clinic knows about it, but is listening to a cult society leader. Um, so is this your sister? Who is the person? Good night, Daniel. Um, is it like family therapy, or how are they interacting with the other person? And, sometimes, we have to chalk it up as a loss and go to somebody else. We have to go, this doesn't sound like me. You're calling me this or diagnosing me with this, but that doesn't make sense. Or you're misinterpreting. Sometimes they misinterpret. Um, and sometimes too, we have to like really think, am I being misdiagnosed? Uh, sometimes we have to do some soul searching, but there are times, like I said, I know that one lady, hello, mister, that my friend was diagnosed with bipolar, and she was, nothing was helping. It didn't seem to fit. And she even had a couple doctors, but then once she got the diagnosis of borderline, she's like, yeah, that seems to fit. So sometimes you feel it. And other people too see abuse in different ways. They'll think that that's not abuse, and it is, and it's from your perspective too. Just like when I was growing up, they wanted the small butts, okay, and I had a big butt. So when people are like, "Man, you got a fat ass and thick thighs," that they're trying to be nice, because when they were saying that to me, it was kind of the thing that society was focusing on, and I didn't like it. So some people are like, what the heck's wrong with you? They're giving you a compliment. Well, to me, it's not a compliment, so people see it a different way. So I didn't get like all uptight about it, but it's just a perception of what we like and what we don't like. So sometimes people don't understand it. They're like, they're being nice to you, like, it doesn't feel nice. You know what I mean? So, all right. How do I do that? Let me see. I don't even know how to do that. Randy, where are you? Can I see? So, Randy, what are you doing? All right. So, I'm going to mute your account, Randy. You can still watch, though. I can't prove it, so I'm sorry if it's wrong. I did mute him. So, usually people don't say that to me. So, what you said now makes a lot of sense. Actually, perhaps I'm also guilty for complimenting. Yeah, sometimes we don't realize it. We're like, I just keep telling you, you're so sexy. Well, if somebody's, an SA victim, they don't want to be seen as anything sexual sometimes. And you're like, I'm just telling you, you're sexy. Like, I'm being nice. And some people take offense to that, or, hey, shorty, I'm tall, or wow, you're a tall drink of water. Sometimes it focuses on somebody's insecurities. You're like, you're so cute and little. You're so cute and little. And they're like, I'm sick of being little. I just want to be average size. So, cute and little. I would love to be cute and little, but some people take offense to it. And unless they express it to you, it's hard to know. So, haha, I've never heard those pickup lines before, Mister. So thank you for the follow. And Mister says, yeah, you just made me think a lot. So unique. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'll trust you on that. And Randy, I apologize if that's not true. But like I said, yes, Kaden, you may ask a question. And is it junior high life? Yes. What's your question? And Mr. Mike, nice to have you here. That's an interesting question. Doesn't matter. So Empty Head says, I just found out EMDR therapy on YouTube. Are you familiar with it? It uses eye movement to help reprogram your brain after traumatic experiences or PTSD or relationship issues and abuse. Yeah, EMDR. Some people like it. Some people kind of freak out with it. So, the reprogramming, yeah, because it deals with like the focus and thinking of other things and controlling your thoughts. So I know some people really like it, and others said that it was overwhelming for them. So, have you been thinking about trying that? Some people say it's great, or some people say it's exhausting, that it takes a lot out of them. And sometimes, just our emotions can be exhausting sometimes. So that's why the healing process um, causes us to sleep more sometimes. So give yourself some grace. If you're going through depression or things like that, or a traumatic experience, it's okay. It's okay to take a nap. Um, because it will take up some energy. It will. Mr. Mike says, I also have a question. How can you connect with your soul? So we will talk about that. But before I do, hi, Doc Holiday. I want to ask you, do you feel any connection at all with your soul, or do you feel a disconnect? Nicole is here. Nicole, come over and brush our hairs together. Good to have you here. Thank you for watching. Like I said, she's one of my best friends. So I do want to talk about that, connecting with our soul. We will talk about that in 2 seconds, waiting for you to answer. And if you don't want to answer, that's fine. I'll still talk about it. Empty Head says, following a moving object with your eyes. And I just looked at a few videos. It's like watching someone play Pong, kind of like follow the bouncing ball. And yeah, it's kind of like tapping or distracting. So when you're having certain emotions, it's doing your eyes instead of like the redirect. It's keeping your mind busy with other things, and it kind of mutes it a little bit. Ron says, what I thought about getting hypnotized to be more alert and rid of the PTSD. Like I said, I'm a certified hypnotist. And Empty Head says EFT is the tapping thing that came up in different videos. So certain different things work. Also resetting that vagus nerve, sometimes splashing water on your face. So this is a good question. I want to talk about that. Connecting with our soul. Yes, of course I feel it, but they are not working together, if that makes sense. Nah, I'll answer every question. Good. That helps me help you. I feel that my body and soul are craving 2 different things. My body is craving all that darkness, and my soul craves all that is light. I love that. You are at a cusp. Do you believe in God? Tell me if you believe in God. Because our body is kind of like of this earth. We're a gift from God. Don't get me wrong. But, we need food to survive. So we can overeat sometimes. Sex, we can be drawn to that. It's the desires of the flesh. And sometimes it likes the darkness, or the gluttony, or overabundance. And it's tempting. It's real easy to give in to the desires of the flesh, food, sex, alcohol, all those kind of things. And it's kind of, I feel like when it goes into that gluttony, it's because we're also disconnected with our God. So you say, yes, I have a good relationship with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Good. Because the light, like you said, your soul, like when we die, it's our soul that goes to heaven. Our body doesn't. And, they talk about the id and the ego and the super ego and all this kind of stuff, that there's 2 things. It's the spiritual warfare. If the devil can get us to give in to the worldly desires, because those are tempting, and sometimes leading the correct path is more difficult, more disciplined. It's easy to be undisciplined, but it doesn't give you the rewards that you could be having. So if you focus on the light, that's where you are. It's almost like we have to take care of our soul, because when we take care of our soul, a lot of times the body follows suit. And to be disciplined. That's why when you look at the like the 10 commandments, or the biblical advice that we get, don't be in gluttony, don't overeat, don't overindulge, don't be drunk with wine. Doesn't mean you can't drink. It just means don't overdo it. And, if you follow, don't covet your neighbor, your neighbor's wife. Don't do this, don't do that. That if you keep that intact, that the body will be okay. And, when you start getting stressed, to have faith in God, to give it to God. And when we get rid of this stress and the anxiety that helps minimize the physical ailments that we might have if we try to do it within the body or within the worldly things. And that's why I'm really struggling right now with, like I said, I got accepted into that master's program, but they usually just deal with the mind or the mind and the body. They forget about the spiritual aspect. And the more I see all these people who have finally overcome their depression or the anxiety or moving on from the traumatic experiences, is when they give it to God. And Mr. says, I always help people, and God always sends people on my path for healing. I'm still listening to you, but I hope it's okay. I reply while I listen. Yes, that's okay. So we have to, I always help people in God, and that's good, helping other people. And, we also have to make sure that are we happy too? Because sometimes when we either overwork or, we become a workaholic or we start giving too much, that, we don't want people using us or to extend ourselves too thin. So, yeah, but that's good that, a servant of God. So Run says, but then again, a lot of people say it's not good. Yeah. And it's going to be, to the person, just like right now, I would love a deep muscle massage. Other people hate that. Other people hate it. They don't want to be touched, or they want the nice light touch. So just because something works for somebody doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So it has to go by what works for you. And sometimes, it's trial and error. But I could talk to you guys all night. Mr. says, I am such a positive energy to be around. I have no one I can talk to and kind of refresh. And that's the thing. Sometimes when we give too much, we forget to take care of our needs. And I got to plug this in. Hold on, guys. Whoops. Hold on. Otherwise, I'm going to die. Here we go. Let me put you up. Oh, dang it. I just disconnected. Oh, it's going good. There. Oh, I'm still here. Good. Okay. Let me plug this in, guys. Sorry, Facebook. I got all these cords because I know the darkness very well. Abba said, my calling is to restore faith and hope to those lost in the darkness. But how can I balance my soul and body with darkness and light? So how do you do it? There are times that people dissociate, and you might need some grounding techniques. Do you feel like you're dissociating? Sometimes when we dissociate, we feel a little bit away from our body. That could be a trauma response. Or, not wanting to deal with certain things. So you might be dissociating. Mr. says, I've had bad habits I hide from the world, but I don't want to be these two people anymore. So when you say two people, is it like a distinct two people for you? Or is it just kind of like, I don't know, like, let's say you're on the straight and narrow, and then Friday nights you get drunk. So you see yourself as a drunk and also without struggling with that. So what does dissociating mean? That's okay. Oh, I teach English as a second language. What's your native language, Mr. Mike? So okay. So dis is against. When you hear dis, it's like against. So when we associate things, we put them together. Dissociate is we kind of take it away. So our body and our mind and everything, it should be associated, and then it disassociates. So you're having two things. You're not whole, you're separate. And sometimes you'll feel like you're watching yourself. So you're doing something and you feel your soul like watching you, to where it doesn't feel like you're actually experiencing it. You're more observing it. So no, and I'm not saying it's substance abuse that makes it bad. It actually helps me to balance. There are people that, yeah, but that's a temptation. That's a temptation. It's I always feel like I'm watching myself. So dissociating, we have to bring it back in. We have to realize, what are we afraid? Why don't we want to live within our body? Why don't we want to be within ourselves? And fear of failure. So we're keeping busy helping people, or what else? Uh, you know, or there's something about ourselves that we might not like. So we're kind of on the outside of it. Or Debbie says, join my group, A New Beginning. I share things about caring for yourself. So yes, Debbie is on Facebook, A New Beginning. And yeah, every time you come on, you may plug your site. I don't mind that. Debbie is one of my very, very good friends. And BBC. I love watching the BBC. So exactly, temptation. I don't want these demons in me anymore. And I think that's what it is. It's easier to give in. And that's what makes it like the devil's work, the spirits and drinking alcohol. It's a temporary fix, but there's a lot of things. It's going to start being that's how it sucks you into alcoholism, because that's when you're going to feel normal. So to heal, you have to, for one thing, resist those urges to give into that, because it's going to take you down that path. Even if you don't want it, it's programming your brain to get into that addictive cycle. So even if you think you're stronger than alcoholism, it reprograms your brain, especially if you have predisposition to it. So oil up. Oh my goodness. And Mr. is saying hello to Debbie. So Mike, once again, she is A New Beginning on Facebook. I'm also Cynthia Schiller, Shiller, if you'd like to follow me. Debbie says, or join the Awakening Empath. I share things about narcissists, empaths, and toxic people. She does. Zach, hello. I don't like being treated like you're a complete stranger. I agree. So Doña Enrique, hold on. Enriqueta? Section 8 vibes. That's all right. Mr. says, I did it for 5 years. I was in China. I didn't have a lake house. I'm not Section 8, but even if I was, whatever. So Mr. says, I did it for 5 years. I was in China until a month ago. I was clean for 5 years, but started to relapse. A month ago when I came back to my country. Oh, wait. Are you from China? Ni hao. I was in China. Where are you from? I don't think you're from China. I think you're from somewhere else. So Jan says, hey, gorgeous, what's good? Good having you here. How's that? Venom, thank you for the follow. Mr. says, I did stay clean for 5 years. And you gotta stay strong. And, if you fail, you gotta just keep trying. Don't keep giving into that. That's the devil working against you. Oh, I see Ren. I see the word Ren. I recognize that one. Hell, you're not Barb. No, I'm not. Did you think I was Barb? Who's Barb? 4. I'll call you 4. I am truly grateful for your grace. Amen. Well, good. I'm glad. Amen. I'll agree to that. Debbie says, yeah, definitely follow Debbie. Mr. says, that's awesome. See, Ren. I know one character. I studied when I went to China. Maguiren. How's that? Washa Maguiren. But I studied and studied, and I even did all the little characters. I was so proud of myself. I had this book, and so I show my trainers, and they're like, that's ancient Chinese. We don't use those characters anymore. But I do recognize Ren. Owen says, if you find Barb in here, tell her nephew's in jail. Okay, I will. You're confusing me. What's her nephew's name? Maybe I'll bail him out. What do you do? Why is he in jail? Debbie says, I looked it up. You are 4 hours and 49 minutes away. You're going to have to come out here and just do a little summer fun next summer. What's up, babe? Rolls Royce Teddy. Magwaran. There you go. Megwaran. I try. You knew what I meant. And Shishi. I won't tell Barb. Oh, did I tell Barb? Yes, Barb knows. Hi, Rochelle. So was that your native country? I'm doing good, Rolls Royce. I need to go to bed it's already 1. Jason is here. Man, I love spending time with you guys. South Africa. And you didn't tell me, Jumbo. I know Jumbo. But you didn't tell me what your native language is. And Chief says, oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I don't want to log off. I have fun with you guys. But Debbie, what do you think? That'd be cool. Kind of have, it's like a little bed and breakfast here. It's really nice. An Airbnb. Mr. Mike says, it's so hard to type. What's on my mind in this chat? Aww. Debbie says, saw my therapist today. He said that I'm working out my childhood abuse, remembering things that were buried. And yeah, sometimes it takes a while to come up. Is it hard for you to go to therapy, or do you find it enlightening? I am from the United States of America. Afrikaans? How do you say hello in Afrikaans? I like that little smiley face. And hello, Mr. Nuts. It never ends. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff to work through, and, we didn't deserve what we went through, but that made us stronger. And, Debbie, you have a lot of good advice, a lot of good empathy for people. And, Hi. Is that hi? Is that how it would be? Debbie says my older sister was the big narcissist. That's hard. That is hard. Yeah, that sibling rivalry can affect you. I know my brother, he's a lot nicer now, but when I was heavier, he wasn't very nice to me. So, but we're good now. Rose says, well, congratulations. As for me, I'm in Sierra Leone. Perhaps I can carry on with seeking advice another time. I'm new to TikTok, so I'll see you around. Yes, I need to go to bed too. So come more often. I'd love to have you here. So I will go ahead and log off, even though I do have people in here. Lots of love to you guys. And I hate logging off when people are in, but I do need to get some sleep. Feel free to like and subscribe, share if it'll help people. Thanks so much for joining. There's no hope for her. She's 83. Well, you never know. Never say never. But yeah, never say never. Pray for her. All right. I'll see you soon. Good night, guys. You said